All right. Hey, what's up? Good morning. Hello. Welcome to yet another episode of Redstone Lapis Lazuli. It is I, your host, Pogo Kiddo. Hey, what's up? Good morning. Hello. Let me switch over here. Bop. Done. It is done. Check it out. Yo, what's up, Wise? Yeah, it's my show. Good morning, Wise Mystic Balls. Yes, it's my show. Hey, what's up? Good morning, Facecam. This is my actual show. This is when I'm actually doing stuff. So like before, I'm just like messing around Minecraft, doing this, doing that, trying to like twiddle stuff. But this is my show. So yes, welcome. Good morning. Here I am in my base. It is a bright sunny morning coming out to you. Oh man. So I hope it's running smoothly. I can't really tell. I'm getting 60 frames per second, and it should be like all hunky dory on your end. So let me know if it's not. No, I did not get netherite. I did not find netherite. No, I'm showing off my shader pack real quick. Like ooh, volumetric fog and bumpy cobblestone. Like pretty cool, right? Let's see. And I'm like, oh god, I'm like dying on the frame rates. I'm not doing so hot. I'm not as good as I thought. Uh, but yeah, I'm in diamond gear. I got diamond gear. I got the shiny diamond gear. Woo, diamond. And look at the pretty shadows, dude. The shadows are all pretty. Um, yeah, the lens flare. Although it's running like crap right now. You know what? I didn't realize that once I started recording and stuff, it would like do even more weight on my stuff. Let me here. I have to like lower the. Does that help a little bit? Maybe not. I don't know. All right. Well, whatever, guys. Hey, good morning. Welcome. Thank you for joining to my show this morning. Since my last show last Sunday, I have done quite a few things here. I've finally done the humane thing, and I have freed my original villagers. The two villagers who were zombies, who I've found in the wandering the savannah as blood hungry zombies. I rescued them. I bred some extra people, and then now I've given them a home to live in. So yeah, dudes are chilling. They have awesome trades. I get mending for one or well, four, and then this dude gives me unbreaking. So these guys are my awesomeness. Yeah, it's morning for me here in real life. So yeah, it's morning for me in real life. All right, the iron farm is kicking still, but what you noticed here is I've like moved it. I've moved it down out of the way to help with lag, but it's not really working right now because I didn't realize what a weight this would be on my computer. So we will see. Check out the cool metallic looking stuff here. Like man, that's so neat. Like it actually works. I can't believe all the stuff that works. And then the shiny steps when they're polished, that's cool. And then the shiny hoppers, that's cool. So yeah, how neat. And then yeah, I lowered it into the ground because it would I was hoping it would save the frame rates, and because if the golem is within a certain number of blocks to the beds, it's not gonna like the golem still counts as the thing, and then they stop making new ones. So by making it drop farther, they make golems faster. So dude, you just got off at work. It's 6 at night. Man, you're just like it's just your relaxing time. This is just what you want. This is exactly the show you want. So yeah, hey, check it out. So I got this iron farm going. It goes in here. This guy sorts out the poppies and turns them into compost. It turns them into bone meal. So I don't worry about the poppies. Man, this is laggy as hell for me now. I can't get over it. Okay. And then this is where I keep all the iron. And it's not really, there's not a lot, but I just took a bunch out when I made this. So it's not an accurate representation. Okay, what else have I done? Oh yeah, I got this physics mod. I got this physics mod. So it has realistic ragdoll effects for corpses. So this is my cow crusher. So let's poop out some cows. Oh yes. You can do it. You can do it. Oh, there it is. You pooped out a cow for me. Thank you. Oh, there's another one. There's more. All right. Wonderful. Hey, thanks. Oh, yes. Look at that. Wonderful. Oh, again, even more. Um, so Wise Mystic Balls has suggested that I add more modules to the iron farm. Um, I could, right? I could easily. That's if I had a greater need for iron, but I don't. That thing produces enough for me. I'm a single person. I'm not like by the time I start building my rails and my rail line, I'll have I'll have enough iron backed up to like be able to do everything I need. Um, yeah. Um, you know what? Is it the volumetric fog? Hold on, let me see. Well, it makes things clearer. I don't know if it helped my frame rate too much, but that's all right. Hey, okay. But yeah, I dig this physics mod. I like how physics work now, how they're supposed to. The neat thing about Minecraft is that the it's so easily moddable that the community can easily just add stuff. Yeah, right. So Bedrock has their so Bedrock has their RTX with their shiny stuff, right? But the problem with the RTX is that the sun only goes in one direction, straight up and down, like and across. It's you can't move it to the side. This sun here is tilted at a 40-degree angle. So I'm on the northern hemisphere. So I have it tilted. I have the sun tilted toward the north because I'm on the northern hemisphere. You're in South Africa, so for you the sun would be on the opposite side. But if you play Bedrock Minecraft, the sun is straight up and down, right in the middle. And so the shadows are always looking the same. They're flat. They're really, really boring. Like this right here, like this angle, you cannot get that in Bedrock. So that's why this looks so much better than Bedrock, because the light just acts a lot better. For me, it's all about the nuances of light. It helps the more that light acts naturally, the better it feels to me. So yeah, it puts a lot of work in my PC. I kind of want a bigger PC. Ah, I want more. Yeah, dude, I was like bigger PC. Sure. So, I mean, check out this room, dude. I love the shaders because it has colored light. Like, all right, that's kind of like disappointing. The cauldrons don't glow, but the lava glows and it puts off a red light, which is different than the torch glow. And the torch glows are different than the glowstone. Like, it's really cool, dude. Yeah, right. Hey, check it out. It's heat sensitive, so when it's hot, it turns green. Coffee. It's kind of cold. It's about like 1 degree outside right now. No snow for us though. We're in the valley. Okay, so on top of so besides making the villagers a new home to live in, which they really appreciate, I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. I had to move the villager breeding thing. It used to be over here, but it would interfere with the iron farm. So I moved it out here. And the villagers are chilling in their bed here. And they're okay. Yeah, stay away from that. It might lightning. And then the babies, when they have food, they don't make babies unless I give them food. And then when they have babies, the babies try to run out to the beds, but they don't see the trap doors. So they fall in the water stream. And they go down here, down here, down here. Where they await their futures. And so I have this rigged to send up minecarts. I should make more. Alright. And then this will go, who knows, into the future. It will go into the future. So probably where it's going to go to is a zombification zone. Where I'll have the villager come here. I'll zombify him 5 times, so I get maximum discount. And then I'll give him. Then I'll work the trade I want from him. Then the next station will be me working the trade I want. And once I finish the trade I want, then I'm gonna have him go across this bridge. La la la. And over here, I'm gonna make a new villager center. So kind of like that house there, but pretty much like that. I'm gonna build more houses over here for villagers, but it'll probably be a little more condensed because I don't have that much space. I mean, I want to build it into the rocks because those look cool, and make this like a square where they can meet. But then I have to make a boundary so monsters can't come in and kill them. Will I get netherite before I beat the game? Probably not, because I don't really need netherite before I beat the game. I mean, I might, but I'm afraid then if I get netherite, I'll lose it when I go kill the dragon. Ah! There's so many ways to die. Going like when you go to fight the nether dragon. Like I've died before I even got onto the island. Like they spawned me on the little obsidian island far away from the main island, so I had to build a bridge from my little island, my little obsidian island, to the main island. And before I could get there, an enderman killed me. And then I came back to do it again, and then the ender dragon killed me. And then I came back to do it again, and then I think I beat him. But still, I lost my stuff, so I don't want to get netherite before I fight the nether dragon. I might do that in iron. No. All I need is a good bow and a sword, and a feather falling potion. But I want to get. But the thing is if I beat the nether dragon, then I'm gonna want to get an elytra. If I get an elytra, then there's no need to make rails. And if there's no need to make rails, then I won't make rails. If I don't make rails, then then Minecraft isn't as much fun. I like making rails. I think rails are like the best part of Minecraft. So I have to do all this work to get to the point where I can make rails. So if that means I have to make a gold farm, so I can get enough gold to do the thing, to make rails, powered rails. Or I have to go make another portal to a Badlands biome and just dig out all the gold I possibly can. So that might work too. That might be an option. But then I have to do research for that. And then on top of this house, I want to put something. I want to build something up here. And then, yeah, all this stuff. Check this out. Watch, this is cool. Morning time. The clouds go away. The sun comes out. Oh, look. That's a rainbow. There's a rainbow. Double rainbow. You can barely see it. It's not very bright like it is on the other one. But yeah. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. So yeah, I'll eventually get netherite. It's not that hard, and you know what? I have to get netherite before the 1.20 update, because after the 1.20 update, it becomes a lot harder to upgrade your gear. So I want to get the netherite and upgrade my gear before the update comes out. So it's not going to be too much longer. But I spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to get the shaders running and the right configuration and the right files, because no one tells you. There's not a a guide that tells you what you need to do, because it's different for every computer. Because Java, the way Java works, it's like it runs differently on every computer. So like you can't make a guide. Yeah, I like it. I like this shader pack. This shader pack is Kappa shader pack. And yeah, you have to do a bunch of stuff to tweak it. I mean, I did. And then you have to also download a PBR pack to also add the shiny stuff. And then you have to configure the shader pack to see the PBR pack and then use those textures. So I thought there was an ancient mountain or ancient city under that mountain, but it's not. It's under another mountain, even further away. So, oh hey, look, there's an Enderman. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Let's throw down. I challenge you. Yeah, that's right, dude. I'm challenging you. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Run away? That's right, buddy. That's right. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. So yeah, I upgraded a lot of my gear because oh, here, let's get a different horse. This one's kind of slow. I upgraded my gear because I needed a looting 3 sword because I was sick of not getting enough loot from mobs. I was killing a lot of mobs and getting no loot. And then I got blown up by a creeper at close range. Look at this. Look at this. 2 more Endermen. I don't know how to fight them on a horse. It's kind of hard. Well, here, we can try. Right here. Let me try fighting him on a horse. Alright, Enderman, let's go. Dude, where are you? Come on. Oh, shit. He ran away. He's like, you're on a horse. I'm not gonna fight you. Oh, they're 3 of them. 3 of them. Yeah, they can't. I can't abide by this. What are you doing, dude? Yeah, come at me. I'm tall like you now, dude. Ah, ah. Yeah, horses. I can kill Endermen because I'm the same level as them now, or the same height. All right. Let me just check my frames per second. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I don't like. I guess recording at the same time as streaming like kills the video card. I had no idea. So this stream is gonna look terrible. I spent all this time working to get it to look good, and it's gonna look bad because I didn't do it while recording. I didn't test it. I'm gonna die too, dude. Eat some food. All right. Finally, the last thing I want to show you. Okay. The last thing I want to show you is this dude down here. Is like his crew came by on that side of the river, swam across the river, and I was in my house just watching him do this. And his crew all came in here, but he got stuck in the boat. So I came out and killed his crew, but he's just down there chilling, doing nothing. If I kill him, I'm gonna trigger a raid because that counts as a village. So he's just sitting there like being annoying. Like, how do I get rid of him? I should just carry some milk with me. Ow. See, it's no joke, dude. This guy's like, he's aiming to kill. Ow. See, if it's laggy, then it's no good. And I don't know why it would be laggy. I mean, let's see. I'm getting 69, right? So you guys should be getting at least a minimum of 60 frames. I mean, at most 60 frames per second. So it should look smooth to you. That's why I don't get it. That's like I'm above 60 frames per second. I would be even better if it wasn't for if it wasn't for the recording. I didn't realize it would do so much. I gotta like check that out again or something. All right. Well, hey. Yeah, it is. It looks terrible. Oh, okay. All right. Well, great. I have a way of doing it. I have a way of. I mean, I might want to keep them and start a raid and see if I can kill the raid because that way I get totems of undying. Like that's how I have my 3 totems of undying. Where are they? Yeah, and saddles for horses. So I might kill them. I might keep them for fun, just for because those guys are pretty protected, and those guys are protected, and then those guys over there are protected, and now I'm like decked out, so they can't really kill me. Like the enchanters might hurt me, but it'll be all right. And I don't want to do it now because everything's all laggy to me. And I'm recording it, I'm streaming, and I'm playing the game all on one machine. It's way too much. Anyways, I'm not here to play the game. That's the problem. Like, I'm here to talk about what's been going on in the United States. Oh wait, here. Since I'm here, what I should do, and now that I've got wool and wood, is I should make a flag post. Yes, if I made a raid farm, I could if I made a raid farm, I could have lots of totems, sure. But I don't want to make a raid farm. So I want to make a flag. Of the country I support. Because as you know, the Russian invasion of Ukraine, the second half of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, is entering its 2nd year now. Let's put it by my base. It's entering its second year. The first year, like the West thought that Ukraine was going to get rolled over and like didn't offer any help at first. And then Donald Trump, when he was president, he on purpose sabotaged the relationship between the United States and Ukraine on purpose on behalf of Zelensky of Putin, because Donald Trump, remember, is beholden to Putin. Maybe you don't know, but he is. So, I mean, I just did a show a couple days ago, or 2 weeks ago. I did a show in which I show how like that Donald Trump, like at Helsinki, pretty much like bowed down to whatever Putin said. It was awful, and I don't think many Americans have seen it. Because if they did, they'd be really, really, really pissed off. So which way should I do it? Which way should the flag be? Yeah, up and then that way. Okay. Here, let's move that one. I don't know how tall I'm going to make it. It's important that we continue to support Ukraine. Because, I mean, they're pretty much the front of the Russian invasion of Europe. Does anyone honestly think that if Ukraine were to give up and Russia were to succeed in dismembering Ukraine, does anyone honestly believe that Russia would stop at Ukraine? They would totally keep going, dude. They would push their luck. So I want to have it go that way. So blue on top, yellow on bottom. I'm making the Ukrainian flag, friend. Here, actually, I should do it one down. Is that right? Is that maybe I should go like 3x3 instead of 4x3? I can't tell. I'm up here. Let's see. Well, I can put another blue on top and then yellow on bottom, but then that's like 4. That is a square. 4x4. Yeah, that is a square. Now this is good. 2x4. Let me see what it looks like. I'm making the Ukrainian flag because it's important. Here, I should light it up. It's important that we support that the West supports Ukraine. Ukraine's a democracy. It's under attack by an authoritarian regime. If democracies want to survive in this world, they need to stick together. Because authoritarian regimes would love to destroy democracies and then take the remains. Take what's left. You know, I might do a yeah, if I do 4, then I have to make this like 5, make it how many, 5 or 6 long. Then it's a huge flag. If I do it 3x3, it's a tiny flag. Let me see. Or if I chop off the end. Oh, that looks all right. I mean, it's kind of small, but that's all right. It doesn't need to be huge. I myself am not Ukrainian. I'm American, but I support Ukraine, and I want other Americans to support Ukraine as well, because it's important. let's see. Yeah, if I make it much bigger, it's gonna like be huge. If it's like 4, if I do 2 blue, 2 yellow, then it would have to be 4, 5, 6 long. It'll be like blah blah blah, giant. All right, all right, all right. Okay, cool then. All right, that's right. If I'm gonna do it, I might as well fucking commit. Fucking do it. Don't half-ass it. Fucking do it. I need more yellow. I should use these, man. I don't hardly ever use ender pearls. They're so useful. Yeah, the Russians right now, Russians are cool people individually. Individually, sure, Russians are cool people, but their country right now is engaged in genocide, a genocidal war. Like, there's no arguing it. There's no way around it. They're in a genocidal war. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Here. 5, 6. 4 by 6. That sounds a little more reasonable. I need more scaffolding, man. But now it's dark. So I gotta figure a way to light it up. I don't want to put it like this because it looks like the flag's on fire. Yeah, I don't want to put the flag on fire. But I want to light it up, so I don't know how to do that. Yeah, hey, that looks good. That looks really good. Baller. Baller, dude. Yeah, nice, nice. Excellent. Thank you for the suggestion. Yeah, if you're gonna do it, fucking do it. Alright, you can't really here, let me light it up. I'm gonna try to see what I can do with torches. Because you can't see it at all. Like, I can't stick it to the side. I can't stick it underneath. I mean, I guess I can put it on top. Why not? Why not, dude? Just put it on top. That way you can even see it at night. Maybe put a torch on the lamp post thing at the top. Yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, what's that? Hey, just what I need. Like, I'm not Ukrainian, but Yo, dude, I feel for those Ukrainian people. They're just sleeping in their beds at night, and Russia fucking shoots a missile at them. What the fuck? Put one on either end. Nope. That's not what I want. Not there. At the very end. But I can't because it won't let me. Oh, wait, here we go. Oh, I did it. I figured it out. These scaffolding, man, they take a while to figure out. They're different than bedrock. All right. You see what I mean? This shadow right here, that gives you an example of what I mean. On bedrock, RTX, this shadow is only straight up and down. The sun never goes at an arc. It doesn't go at an arc. It goes straight up and down. So your shadow is never bent this way. It's only going to be across that way. That's it. It's so flat. It's so flat. And there's hardly grass anywhere. So, like, it's not nearly as good. Even I'm barely, like, man. All right. Anyways. Yeah, dude. Baller. That's nice. I like how the lamps are on it, too. That way you can see it at night, and it'll glow. Nice. That one's a little bit off. Maybe I should put that one on top. That way it's even. Because it's not quite even right now. I need a better way of getting up there, man. So I'm low on scaffolding, yeah? See? Like I'm running out bit by bit. I have no string. Dum da dum, dum da dum. Bum ba dum, bum ba dum. Yeah, it's a lot better. That way it's evenly lit. Yeah, evenly lit. Evenly lit. All four corners are evenly lit. So the darkness cannot consume it. Nice. Ha 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 ha. All right. Well, cool, cool. Hey, it's running better. What did I do that makes it run better? Why is it running better now? What happened that it's running better? It was running like shit earlier. What are you doing in my house? Do you have anything to... Ooh, moss. I might be interested in the moss, actually. Ooh, pufferfish, but I don't really have enough. No, no, no. I might be interested in your moss. Let's see, do I have anything? Yes. Since you so rudely come into my house and just standing on my enchanting table, like here. All right, I took your moss. I bought something. Get out of here. Get out of my house. Get out of here. Get out of here. I don't mean to be holding a sword or anything, but get out of here. uh. You know what? I'm gonna take your dude and I'm gonna lead him outside. And then take it back. You can leave too now, dude. The bathroom? That's not the bathroom. What are you doing, man? I don't understand. I don't understand. Why are you standing on the enchanting table? Here, do you need to go? Here, let me show you the door. This is the door. This is how it works. I understand you Minecraft people maybe don't understand how redstone works, this technology, this redstone technology, but I assure you this is the way out. Not in that corner. You're not going to find the book you need. This is not a library. That's my private collection. What are you doing? Get out of here. Get out of here. Those are not your books. Get out of here. Come on, move. Like, I have a hard enough time holding on to stuff. Just get out of here. He's not leaving, and I can't... Ooh, I can get him in a boat. Oh, he's leaving? Alright, hey, Wise Mystic Balls. Thanks for hanging out. I didn't get to my discussion here. But, yo... For real, thanks for chilling sometime. We gotta, like... Maybe one day you can join me in a stream or something, and that'd be, like... That'd be cool. So, alright, have a good night. Alright, I'm gonna ignore that guy chilling in the car. No, I'm not gonna. I can't. I have to get him out first. I need a boat. He's not gonna leave otherwise. That's what I'm saying. Alright, guy. Thanks for the moss. Fare thee well. Alright, well, I'm kind of upset that like my stream is laggy when I work so hard to make it smooth. But c'est la vie, I guess. Okay, let me tell you let me show you some stuff. No, you do not just come back into my house. Go away, dude. I already bought your stuff. Go away. Here, let me show you the door. It's over here. What are you doing? Here's the door. Leave. That's my bed. Leave, dude. Leave. Come on. Uh-huh. Leave. Get out of here. That's not yours. Nope. This way. I don't want to kill that guy. Oh, I'm stuck. I'm on this path. I can't get off the path. Alright, here. Well then, fine. Get out of here. Scram. Okay. So, as I was saying... No, dude, no! What's with him? What's with him? What's with this guy? You're on books. You're on the books or something. That's too small. I can't go fit through that. What if I go all the way at the end? So what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? The Ukrainian counteroffensive didn't really happen. I don't really see it happening. I think Western nations pledged to give Ukraine aid, but they didn't do it. Oh, like, but it came too late. It just trickled in. I set a trap for this guy. If he tries to come back in, I'm gonna get him. There's no way he. Ah, that's what you get, dude. That's what you get. Why is this guy? Why won't he leave me alone? We're going this way. Oh, I can't get out. I can't go this way. I'm stuck. Here, how about if I put a lead on the boat? No. If I get the llama in there. Get the llama in the boat, and then... No, get back in the boat, dude. I don't know. I don't know. Just get out of here. Stay there. I'll deal with you later. Oh my god, my stream is... It feels to me like it's running terribly. But it's running at 60 frames per second, which I guess is terrible for me now. Alright. So, what else do I got going on? Okay. In friend view, show right here. Why do people hate Russia? Why? What would cause people to hate Russia? These are the countries that were invaded by Russia. So Finland, the Baltics, Ukraine, Moldovia. I think this is Romania. If that's not maybe that's Romania. Who is that? I don't know. Poland, Germany. I don't know who these little ones are. But yeah, all these guys were invaded by these guys too. All these guys were invaded by Russia, by this country here. They were all invaded. That's why all these countries want to join NATO. Because what is NATO? It's an alliance to make sure that this country doesn't invade you. That's the reason why these countries want to join NATO, is because they've been invaded and they know what it's like to be invaded by Russia. They don't want it to happen again. So it's important that we continue to support. It's important that we continue to support Ukraine. Because if Ukraine falls, do you think that they're going to stop at Ukraine? They've already taken over Belarus. So Belarus had an election where they democratically chose another guy named Navalny. He's not the best, but it's who they chose, right? He's not the Russian guy. But Moscow didn't like that the new Navalny guy was pro-EU. So they basically sent their goons in, their corruption goons, to overthrow the election, imprison Navalny, and install some Russian puppet. The Russian puppet then, like keeps down the people and then siphons money back to Moscow. Moscow then uses Belarus, the territory in Belarus, to attack Kyiv. They used Belarus to attack Ukraine in the beginning of the war. So it's not like Belarus is a free country. They too are under the sway of Ukraine. And in fact, or Moscow. In fact, Moscow would have preferred to corrupt Ukraine the same way it corrupted Belarus. It tried to corrupt Ukraine, right? It tried to. At first, it had that guy Yanukovych. But then the Ukrainian people had a revolution in 2014, and they kicked him out. Then they had the guy named Poroshenko, and that Poroshenko guy was okay, but the Ukrainian people didn't really like him. So the Ukrainian people picked Zelensky, and Putin wanted real bad to corrupt Zelensky. And so he sent his dude, his man, Donald Trump, after Zelensky. He said, hey, Zelensky, you see all these shiny weapons that the U.S. has that would protect you against a Russian invasion? I'm not going to give them to you. Even though Congress said to give them to you, I'm not going to give them to you unless you do something for me in return. And what's that thing that Donald Trump wanted him to do in return? He wanted him to make up some bogus investigation into Joe Biden and Hunter Biden. That's what he wanted. That was the whole thing. And then people found out about it, and then there was an impeachment. But then the Republicans said, well, we don't think extortion of a foreign government is bad enough to impeach a president. So what are you going to do? If Republicans don't think that a president stealing the appropriations of Congress for his own benefit, if the Republicans don't think that's bad enough reason for impeachment, what are you going to do? Right? It shows you the values of the Republicans. But check it out, yo. Check it out, right? You see? Russia is an imperialist nation. The reason why Russia exists is because the little kingdom of Muscovas or something, Muscovat, whatever, went forth and conquered all of these little nations around them. And then send all those resources back to Moscow. They're an imperialistic nation. That's what they do. They're an imperialistic nation. There's a reason why NATO exists. It's to stop people like Putin from invading your nation and enslaving your people and blowing up all your cities. Like, yeah, they don't do it for fun. They do it because if they don't, then Russia will invade them and like it's already happened before. It's already happened. It's not a new thing. It's already happened. Okay. So for example, you have these right-winger people who are shilling to make peace with Russia, and then they're sitting there. Then you have the tankies. That's right. This is about tankies. The tankies are asking Russia, why did you invade Ukraine? Is it the NATO expansion? Is it the woke culture? Is it U.S. meddling? Just tell us, please. And then Russia says, we're waging a genocidal conquest to end the Ukrainian state. And then the tankies will say, it's the NATO expansion, isn't it? I've met people like this. It's really hard to get it through their heads that the Russian imperialist invasion of Ukraine has nothing to do with NATO. It has everything to do with the imperialist ambitions of Russia. That's why NATO exists, dude. So let's look at the current situation. The current situation in Ukraine. So Ukraine invaded these purple areas in 2014. And after Ukraine, I'm not sure what happened first. Did Russia invade first, or did the people overthrow the government, overthrow the dictator first? I think Russia invaded, and then the dictator in Kiev, his name was Yanukovych. So let me pull up that guy. Oh well, no, I don't want to. that's why I need like two different programs so I can show two different slides at the same time. Yeah, I need to find another imaging program so I can do that. Because that way I can show you Yanukovych. Yanukovych was president, and he allowed the Russian invasion of this part and then this part. I mean, they lost two giant cities to Russia, and a third giant city, and this giant peninsula. All that land they lost to Russia, and the president Yanukovych was like, "What are you gonna do?" So the people did a revolution, and they kicked him out. And then the new guy came in, Poroshenko, and then he lost to Zelensky. When Zelensky would not deal with Putin, when Zelensky would not bow down and be corrupt to Putin, then Putin invaded the rest of these red areas. They also tried to get Kyiv, but the Ukrainians fought them back. They came all the way up to Kharkiv. They pushed all the way up to here, and then got pushed back. But now this is the front, and this is where they're at right now. That's like the big battle. Now this town right here, the yellow is Ukraine, and the red is Russia. This town right here is called Bakhmut. It's really important because all these rail lines come through here. You see these rail lines? If Russia is going to invade, it needs to control these rail lines so it can move its troops deeper into Ukraine. Otherwise, what do the troops have to do to get into Ukraine? They have to take like Russian transports over roads that are probably mined and get blown up and under attack all the time. So they want control of the rail lines, right? Remember I was telling you about rails, how important they were in the Civil War? So Russia needs to control this town in order to control the rail lines of this area and to move their troops deeper into Russia or into Ukraine. So they've been fighting over this town for months and months and months, and they're starting to encircle it. So it's kind of getting scary and hairy. I don't know what's going to happen. That's kind of scary. But yeah, they've already destroyed all the edges, just like annihilated it, just like in Syria. So it's important that Ukraine become victorious in its struggle against Russia, because if it is not, then Russia will simply do the same thing to the next country, and the war will spread. We have to defeat Russia and Ukraine. If we don't defeat Russia and Ukraine, the war will spread. So in a way, we kind of need to get on a war economy again, because the problem that Europe is having with supplying tanks to Ukraine is that they don't really have that many. Germany doesn't have a tank industry. And the tanks that they do have, they don't want to give up because they don't have that many that work. They have a few older models, but they need the spare parts and stuff. So the pledge that everyone had to give Ukraine tanks is kind of falling through, dudes. You guys got to step up here. Like, for real. The United States is literally producing new tanks. Literally producing brand new tanks for Ukraine. But that's going to take like a couple years. They need tanks now so they can do a counter-offensive and retake their territory. If they can't retake their territory, then the war's not going to end. And Russia has more people to throw in the meat grinder than does Ukraine. And the thing is that the fascists aren't going to be content with just fighting in Ukraine. They've already tried to stage a coup in the United States and in Brazil. So they're waging information warfare. Donald Trump is still a free man. He still hasn't been arrested or indicted yet. It's incredible. If anyone did that in any other nation, they would have been like dead. Well, I don't know. Look at Bolsonaro, dude. Bolsonaro's still in the United States. What the fuck? What the fuck is that guy doing in the United States? Why isn't he back in Brazil to face justice? That guy should get the hell out of here. That guy's not welcomed. Bolsonaro is not welcomed in the United States. Get your ass out of here, you traitor. You betrayed your own people. Get out of here, dude. You're not welcomed here. Bolsonaro. You're not welcome in the United States. Get out. But that's the problem, right? The United States has its own issues. The United States has its own issues. Since the beginning, the United States has been based on slavery and genocide. That original sin has never been dealt with. We have never ever dealt with our original sin of slavery and genocide. Like we fought a civil war, but it didn't deal with it. It was more of a stalemate than anything else. So I made a mistake. I believed that the U.S. troops withdrew from the South. They never withdrew from the South. Dr. Heather Richardson did a writing, and she clarified that Northern troops never ever left the Southern states. But it didn't matter because all they did was stay on their bases. They didn't go anywhere. They don't enforce the law. They're not involved in troops. The military isn't involved in the civil governance of civil society. They're on their base doing military stuff. So like it wasn't up to the US military to make sure that white supremacy didn't rear its head again after the Civil War. That was up to Congress, and Congress was thwarted by Andrew Johnson. And then some asshole named Andrew Jackson was president and like committed like genocide on the Cherokee people by force marching them like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles, force marching them across the land because they're like, oh yeah, we want your land, so we're kicking you off and we're moving you over here to like the middle of buttfuck nowhere. And that's the thing. When I look at Oklahoma, I see the model for what fascist Israel wants to do to the Palestinians. They want to treat the Palestinians the same way that the United States treats the Native Americans. The American government rounded up the Cherokee people and literally marched them off their land to a concentration camp in the middle of and it's not even, and the thing is that it's not, they don't even control the state in which they live. They were marched to. Who controls that state? Republicans. Who are the modern incarnation of white supremacists. So and if you look at the Palestinians, what happened to them? They got marched off their land, and wherever they do live, they're occupied, and their movements are heavily controlled. They don't have representation in government. So they're controlled by a right-wing. They're controlled by a right-wing government that hates them. Just like Oklahoma. It's slow genocide, dudes. It's slow genocide. Yeah. The Ukrainian people have a right to defend themselves. And we don't really have a right to criticize how they defend themselves. It's their land. They're defending themselves. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. The funny thing about, like, if it's true all the way through. But that's the thing, though, right? That's the other side of it. I had a conversation with someone who tried to get me to get me in a gotcha. This person tried to get me in a gotcha. they set up this situation. They said this person set up the situation. They said, I went to listen to this speaker give a speech, and these other people showed up and they harassed. Why are you still awake? It's late at night, dude. Why are you still up? $30, $10. And this other speaker, these other people showed up and harassed the speaker so that you could not hear the speaker. And then the person said, all right, I want you to say, is that right or wrong? And I said to the person, well, it depends on the context. And the person got really angry with me. They said, no, you don't get any context. You have to tell me if that was right or wrong. You have to give me a blanket statement if that's right or wrong. If it's right or wrong to interrupt the person giving a speech. And I said, it depends on context. It depends. The context matters. Nuance matters. If you give me the context, then I can answer your question. Who was speaking? Who was interrupting? Where was the speech taking place? Was it on a street corner? Was it on a university campus? Was it like at a paid venue? Like, it depends. Like, who was speaking? Like, who was the guy? Who were the people interrupting? And she said, and this person said, I'm not going to tell you any of that information. You have to give me a blanket condemnation of people who interrupt other people giving a speech. And I'm like, I can't do that, dude. Give me context. What if the person speaking were Hitler? Hell yeah, interrupt that motherfucker. like I'm not gonna say don't interrupt Hitler speaking. Fucking interrupt the hell out of that guy. Context matters. But this person didn't want to give me any context. They wanted me to give out a blanket condemnation that would coincidentally agree with them. But they wouldn't give me the rest of the story. And since I wouldn't agree with them, then they condemned me by saying, oh, I'm just being political. How can you accuse me of that when you wouldn't give me any context? Context matters. Context is super important. Like, it's always acceptable to interrupt fascists. It's always acceptable. Fuck Nazis. Yeah, that looks good, dude. That's a good flag, good placement. I like that. Nice. All right, what else do I got here? Okay. So, for example, check this out. This was a tweet by Smith and Wesson, their official Twitter account. What they're doing is well, this is their tweet, right? And what is that? Those are colors. That black and yellow are the colors of Proud Boys, and PB, Proud Boys. I mean, that's a big ass dog whistle. They don't come out and explicitly say, hey guys, we're pointing this at Proud Boys. But of course they're pointing it to Proud Boys. And look what they're doing. They're selling weapons. Selling weapons to Proud Boys. Who are the Proud Boys? Remember, they're a group whose leaders are currently on trial for seditious conspiracy, i.e. treason. They're currently on trial for trying to overthrow the government, and this weapons manufacturer, Smith & Wesson, is selling them weapons. Hey, traitors, trying to violently overthrow our government, Smith & Wesson wants to sell you weapons. When they're that open and blatant about it, you have to wonder about the condition of the society in which we operate. I mean, that's blatant fucking wide open Nazi fascist bullshit. Right there. Hey, we want to make money off these Nazis. Wow, dude. Wow. Corporations have no loyalty. Corporations have no loyalty. None. None. Okay, check this out. Showdown before the raid. FBI agents and prosecutors argued over Trump. An exclusive look at behind-the-scenes deliberations as both sides wrestled with a national security case that has potentially far-reaching political consequences. I hate that word, potentially. I hate that word. When people use that word potentially, they can make up anything else they want afterward. Anything they want afterward, because it's just potential. It's just potential. You can say potentially anything. Potentially anything. It's just so dumb. Like, I hate that. It's the most weasel word possible. But this is a story by Carol Lennoning, Delvin Barrett, Perry Stein, and Aaron C. Davis, March 1st. So what's going on is that prosecutors argued that the new evidence suggested Trump was knowingly concealing secret documents at his Palm Beach, Florida home and urged the FBI to conduct a surprise raid at the property. Donald Trump, by this point, had already said, "I gave everything back." His lawyers already said, "Oh yeah, we looked around and we're signing this legal document affidavit saying that we promised we gave everything back. We already did it." So we know, that he had. So they know that there's documents still there, and we know that they're lying, that they're all gone, because the FBI knows that they're there. They're just trying to figure out, how do we go get it? We've asked nicely. We asked nicely. They said they already looked, and they signed a paper saying they already looked. So like. But they're lying. How do we go about getting it? Some of us want to go grab it like we do from criminals. But there were other people who had different ideas. Two senior FBI officials who would be in charge of leading the search resisted the plan as too combative and proposed instead to seek Trump's permission to search his property. So in other words, there's people in the FBI who are pro Trump. We already know this. We already know that the FBI, there's a lot of pro-Trump people in the FBI. The pro-Trump faction within the FBI were the group that pressured Comey into reopening the Clinton case days before the election. Days before the election, they said, if you don't reopen this case, these rogue FBI agents told Comey, if you don't reopen this case, we're going to leak this information to the press and say that you're covering up for Clinton. How's that going to look for you, Comey? So Comey said, "Oh, I'm in a bad situation. I better just open it up real quick, say, oh, nothing there, and close it real quick." And that's what he did. But still, he did damage to the election by doing that. It was so dumb. But that shows you there's a faction within the FBI that's pro-Trump. There's already a guy, Mingongil, who's been who was arrested because he was in cahoots with the Russian oligarch who was under investigation. And it was the same guy who said all clear between Trump and Russia. And then he gets arrested for working with Russia. Like, man. So check it out. Prosecutors ultimately prevailed in that dispute, one of several previously unreported clashes in a tense tug-of-war between two arms of the Justice Department over how aggressively to pursue a criminal investigation of a former president. The FBI conducted an unprecedented raid on August 8th, recovering more than 100 classified items, among them a document describing a foreign government's military defenses, including its nuclear capabilities. How many governments in the world possess nuclear weapons? Not a whole lot, dudes. Not a whole lot. I think you can count them on two hands. You can count them on two hands, the number of countries that possess nuclear weapons. So that narrows it down, huh? So Donald Trump had the nuclear secrets of another country just hanging around his house. Man. Starting in May, FBI agents in the Washington field office had sought to slow the probe, urging caution given its extraordinary sensitivity, the people said. Sorry, that was bad. Some of those field agents wanted to shutter the criminal investigation altogether in early June, after Trump's legal team asserted a diligent search had been conducted and all classified records had already been turned over. See, like, there's people who said, oh, look, the lawyer said it's all done. Guess we're finished. I guess we're done. Let's go home, FBI. You see what I mean, dude? There's a whole bunch of fucking FBI people who are dirty. They're dirty. They're on Team Trump, and they're corrupting. They're corrupting the search into Donald Trump, into the investigation into Donald Trump. But that's not the only time that we were alerted to the possibility that the FBI was dirty. Remember back in 2016? As Trump ally Rudy Giuliani boasts of ties to FBI. When was this done? November 3rd, 2016. Rudy Giuliani, the former mayor of New York, seemed in a giddy mood when he was interviewed last week on the Fox and Friends morning television show. Tireless, if often widely inaccurate in his attacks on Hillary Clinton's ethics, health, and work as a United States Senator, and as a Secretary of State, Mr. Giuliani had been spending every minute in the public spotlight as a surrogate for Donald J. Trump. He said, "We got a couple of surprises left," Mr. Giuliani said, smiling. This enigmatic reply roused the show's third host, Steve Doocy. "October surprises?" he asked. Mr. Giuliani expanded a bit. "Well," he said, "I call them early surprises, in the way we're going to campaign to get our message out. Maybe in a little bit of different way. You'll see. And I think it'll be enormously effective. And I do think that all of these revelations about Hillary Clinton finally are beginning to have impact." 3 days later, James Comey, the director of the FBI, said agents were reviewing emails that appear to be pertinent to a closed investigation of Mrs. Clinton's use of personal email server. So in other words, Rudy Giuliani knew that there were FBI agents in the FBI that were blackmailing Comey into reopening the Clinton investigation right before the election. He already knew back in 2016. Remember that Migongio guy was working with the Russian oligarch back in 2016, and he's the one that said, oh, look, nothing here, no Trump Russia, sorry guys, I guess we're finished. Just like all these FBI agents are saying, oh guys, let's slow down. Let's not raid Donald Trump. Let's just ask Donald Trump if he did it. Let's just go with what the lawyers said and just close the whole thing and walk away. Let's just forget about it, guys. The FBI is dirty, dude. There's a whole bunch of bad people in the FBI that are pro-Trump and pro-Russia. There's a whole bunch of them. I'm not making it up, yo. I'm not making it up. I'm not being paranoid. I'm pointing to actual fucking news stories that actually happened and then just connecting the dots. All I'm doing is connecting the dots to things that actually happened. Like, that's the problem with time and the way it's presented to people. people have like two different layers of perception to time. Like they're in their day-to-day like survival mode where I'm at work, I've got to take care of the kids, I got to make dinner, take out the trash, pay the bills, go to work, pay the bills, feed the kids, make sure all these things are done. So your face is fucking stuck inside of all the sensory shit. At the same time, you're on the monthly level, or maybe at 2-week level, paying the rent, paying the taxes on the yearly thing. So like your perception's kind of broken up into chunks. But the way reality works is it's not like that. Reality keeps on trucking, and so things happen that don't seem like in different things happen in different periods of temporal space, but just because they happen separately in temporal space, it doesn't mean they're not connected. They're still connected even though they happen separately. And that's the thing that I think people have a hard time doing. They have a hard time connecting things that are still connected but happen separately in different times in temporal space. They happen at different times, so people think they're not connected. But they are connected. Just because they happen at different times, in different places, doesn't mean they're not connected. So all I'm doing is helping you to connect the dots, to reconnect that temporal map, so that once you understand how everything fits into place, you're like, well, shit, no wonder, of course. So the solution to a rogue FBI would be good government, good oversight. You want oversight, civilian oversight of your institutions. Like that's part of so like how do you do oversight? Congress does oversight. Congress forces the leaders of these institutions to come up and give reports and answer questions. And if they don't give good answers to the Congress, then Congress can fire them or do their own investigations. And if there's criminal conduct, those leaders can be sent to prison. So like James Comey should have I don't know. He's a weird guy. He's a weird guy, James Comey, because he fucked up the Clinton thing, but at the same time he didn't bend to Donald Trump when Donald Trump wanted him to close the Russia investigation. And he fell on a sword instead of bending to Donald Trump. So he's a weird guy. He's a flawed character. Just like the rest of us. I'm gonna get more coffee. But you need oversight of these agencies, otherwise they start turning bad. If that's why we have oversight. That's why we have these inspector generals. It's to make sure that corruption doesn't spread in the United States. That's one of the defining characteristics of democracy, is that it has reduced corruption. If you spread out the power amongst all the people, you have less of it concentrated and less chance of corruption being of power being concentrated to corrupt people. Conversely, in a society like Russia, where it's basically despotism, it's it's oligarchy, it's rule of the few amongst over the many. So since power is highly concentrated in the few, you have no standards. Your only standard is to keep power happy. So there's a lot of corruption and waste, and so your government functions poorly, inefficiently, because there's corruption and waste. There's no checks. No one's going to oversee you except your boss, and as long as you keep your boss happy, it doesn't matter what you do, as long as your boss is happy. That's why Russia failed in its initial attack on Ukraine, is that its military was shit. Its army was a bunch of shit, but they didn't know that because they kept polishing the knob of their superiors, and as long as their superior was happy, then they didn't care what the actual thing was. So the Russian military got hollowed out while because of corruption. Anyways, that's why you want to support democracy. Look at that purple light, dude. I love that. It's a different color light than the torchlight. It's purple. It's purple. It's cool. So so in order to stop corruption, you need oversight. And the way you get oversight is, well, you have government hearings on it. But the problem is that the Republicans don't believe in using in government. They don't believe in government. They don't believe in that government can be useful and to help the people. So when they get power, they use government to attack their enemies. And that instead of using government to make better government, they use government to concentrate power and wealth. So this is a letter from. So okay, if you remember, Donald Trump in when he lost the election in 2020, he spread a lie about Dominion, a company called Dominion. It's a voting company. And he spread a lie about the voting company, saying that Dominion changed the votes of Trump voters to Biden. And not only did he say it, but it was repeated on Fox News even after Fox News had internally debunked it. They internally debunked the conspiracy theory, and yet they repeated it because Donald Trump, it would help Donald Trump. So there was a letter written by the leaders of the Democrats, Schumer and Jeffries. And they wrote a letter to Rupert Murdoch, the owner of Fox News, who admitted that his company published lies that they knew were to be lies. They knew they were lies, and they published it. He admitted this in court proceeding, in written court documents. He cannot escape these words. Dear Mr. Rupert Murdoch, as noted in your deposition released yesterday, Tucker Carlson, Sean Hannity, Laura Ingraham, and other Fox News personalities knowingly, repeatedly, and dangerously endorsed and promoted the big lie that Donald Trump won the 2020 presidential election. Though you have acknowledged your regret in allowing this grave propaganda to take place, your network hosts continue to promote, spew, and perpetuate election conspiracy theories to this day. The leadership of your company was aware of the dangers of broadcasting these outlandish claims. By your own account, Donald Trump's election lies were damaging and really crazy stuff. Despite that shocking admission, Fox News hosts have continued to peddle election denialism to the American people. This sets a dangerous precedent that ignores basic journalistic fact-checking principles and public accountability. This is even more alarming after Speaker McCarthy is reportedly allowing Tucker Carlson to review highly sensitive security camera footage of the events surrounding the violent January 6th insurrection. We demand that you direct Tucker Carlson and other hosts on your network to stop spreading false election narratives and admit on the air that they were wrong to engage in such negligent behavior. As evidenced by the January 6th insurrection, spreading this false propaganda could not only embolden supporters of the big lie to engage in further acts of political violence, but also deeply and broadly weakens faith in our democracy and hurts our country in countless other ways. Fox News executives and all other hosts on your network have a clear choice. You can continue a pattern of lying to your viewers and risking democracy, or move beyond this damaging chapter in your company's history by siding with the truth and reporting the facts. We ask that you make sure that Fox News ceases disseminating the big lie and other election conspiracy theories on your network. Because yes, dudes, yes, my dudes, the owner of Fox News, Rupert Murdoch, a fucking Australian, a conservative Nazi Australian, bought a bunch of fucking American media and twisted it to repeat a bunch of fascist bullshit. And the fascist bullshit it repeated was Donald Trump's bullshit about the big lie, about the election fraud bullshit. They repeated it on Fox News. And because they repeated it on Fox News, millions of Americans believed it. And because they believed it, many thousands of Americans went to Washington on January 6th to overthrow the government. Fox News is just as responsible as Donald Trump. Rupert Murdoch admitted that his network disseminated these lies after they already knew it was bullshit. After they already knew it was bullshit. I should have kept the court documents where he admitted it. But yeah, dudes. So not only was there a coup attempt by fascists, but they were assisted by a Russian billionaire. By an Australian billionaire. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? White supremacists in the United States teamed up with Russia and an Australian fascist billionaire to overthrow the government in the United States. Who knows who else they teamed up with? I think there are other players like Turkey, but I'm not that well versed in it. Like Seth Abramson wrote like a huge ass thing about it way before any of it ever started. So he knows all about it. I'm just all like whatever. I'm just kind of going with the flow. But apparently there's this other side of it that I don't even know about that involves the Middle East. But I don't know anything about the Middle East. I don't know anything about Ukraine either. But the thing about Ukraine is that it's super clear cut. It's really, really easy to understand what's going on in Ukraine. Ukraine is a democratic country that wants to move closer to the EU and strengthen its democratic traditions. And Russia, an autocratic oligarchy that's anti-democratic, did not like it and invaded to overthrow that nation. That's pretty clear. It's real easy to support Ukraine. It's real easy. It's super clear what's going on there. I don't know what's going on in the Middle East. It's hard to tell. Things are nuts. Hey, they're gone. Nice. It's done. I mean, maybe I'll watch the stream and it'll be liquid smooth, and I'm just like seeing it. I don't know, but maybe not. How long have I been going? About an hour and a half. All right, so I don't know. It was a gotcha moment. Try to get me in the gotcha. All right, well, I should probably end something good. Try to like spread love. Spread love. Um, I don't know. That guy is not spreading love. That guy is doing the opposite of spreading love. He's like, I'm gonna kill everybody. Yeah, no, no, get out of here. Well, perhaps that will do it for me on this show. I should do a poem. Let me do a poem because this is like my show, right? I can do whatever I want. uh, I have to find it, and I didn't even plan on this. What poem will I even read? I don't even have a. I have like nothing set up yet. I'm not ready. Wait, I'm not ready yet. The music is still playing yet. I have the feeling that you're thinking this is ending all the movements, all the settings in my little play production. Indications of reductions in each and every letter sent, moments spent in concentration, carefully measured consideration of real life and the implications of falling in love with someone so uniquely me. Are you scared? Nah, don't be. Don't allow yourself to be. Fall for me. Follow me. You're opening up to the possibilities all around you. Eclectic you, electric you, in the quiet, reserved, collected you, serenely you, uniquely you. I can't help but say that I love you. Oh, but wait. Ignore these emotions stained on my sleeve. I'm waiting to be the perfect thing you never dreamed. A dream of dreaming. I'm not perfect, but that's the thing. The wonderfully romantic, incredible scene in my little play production. Have a seat next to me. The music is still playing. Wow. I found that one in my head. It just came out. That was great. That was great. Ah! Yeah, who knows what I lost. Oh. Oh. Yeah, well, hey, it says it's 60 frames per second, so it's supposed to look good. I don't know. I'll be the judge of that. But yeah, there's always hope for possibility of something new. Like I think the important thing is to make good memories with people. Make good memories. Do do things that make good memories together. Anything. It could be work, it could be play, it could be anything. But memories together. Which kind of means you have to be together. Which means which is like the thing that you have to work out. I don't know how you're gonna do that. Like virtually in person, like COVID, I don't know. Is there distance involved, long distance? Like socially, are there barriers? I don't know. I don't know. But until next time, America. Peace. Bogo Kiddo out. Stop.